Good morning, I'm Caitlin Stansel, filling in here for Bailey Hicks.
And I'm Aisha Scott. We started off a little noisy this morning, and we're still hearing the thunder even here at the station.
Yeah, and we actually recorded this video early this morning from our battleship camera. As the sun's coming up, you can kind of see that storm rolling in here in that video.
Very nice video there. Again, that was from our battleship camera, and we're seeing a completely different story.
Just into our newsroom this morning, we're getting reports that at least 26 people are dead, nearly 80 others hurt after a strong earthquake hits China. Officials say the magnitude 6.1 quake hit Yunnan province, the strongest to hit that area in 14 years. Now, this is a developing story. We'll continue to follow throughout the morning. Well, closer to home, part of a road in Wilmington is shut down after an early morning wreck. Officials say the 6400 block of Pine Grove Road is closed to traffic after a car hit a power pole just before 6 this morning. Details very limited right now, but we do know Duke Energy crews are on scene working to get power back on in that area. We've also learned that one person was taken to the hospital. No word on their condition at this time. Well, making headlines in our state this morning, police in Catawba County believe they have a killer behind bars. Sharman Odom was arrested Saturday and charged with the murder of popular teacher and guidance counselor Maggie Daniels. Police say the two lived in the same apartment complex but did not know each other. Steve Onisgoric has followed this case from the beginning, and he has the story now from Newton. And for the first time, we're hearing from Maggie Daniels' family following Odom's arrest. Maggie's mother posted a statement on social media saying in part, "Our lives have been forever changed and we'll never get over the loss of our sweet Maggie. But we are so relieved to have the horrible person responsible for this loss in custody, never able to hurt another human being again. Continue your prayers for all of us and pray for justice for Maggie." Well, North Carolina lawmakers have put the finishing touches on a state budget for this year. The State House approved a $21 billion plan. Governor Pat McCrory says he will sign it into law right away. The budget does provide an average bump of 7% for teacher pay. Newer teachers, those just starting out, will see some of the biggest raises. Those with 25 or 30 years experience will be seeing raises of 1 to 3% or maybe less. We're learning more this morning about coal ash pollution, not just poisoning your water, but also your health. This is according to a new report by Physicians for Social Responsibility and Earth Justice. Health officials say breathing in the powdery coal particles that are sometimes picked up by the wind can trigger asthma attacks, lead to cancer, or even cause lung disease. The dust from coal ash dumps like the one at Sutton Plant here in Wilmington can blow into nearby communities, putting lives at risk. And the smaller the particle, the greater the chance of risk there. Well, the first patient to be treated for Ebola on American soil now at Emory Hospital in Atlanta. This is actually video you are seeing of Dr. Kent Brantley landing yesterday morning in Georgia. Brantley had been working in Liberia with Boone-based Samaritan's Purse, trying to help other victims of the outbreak. And Saturday morning, he was dressed in a full white containment suit as he stepped out of an ambulance and was taken into the hospital. Another person also dressed in protective clothing guiding him in. Now, Jay Gray has the latest from Atlanta on this story. Expect to return in the next few days here already in Atlanta. And Dr. Brantley's mission work was through the Samaritan's Purse organization based here in North Carolina. They say he and Wright Bowl are both being treated here in the U.S. because it's the best place in the world to treat that deadly virus. And many people across the nation are concerned that the Ebola virus may start to spread here. But here's what you need to know, all the facts about the Ebola virus. Doctors at the CDC say there's no need for you to worry because it's not spread through the air. The virus only spread by contact with somebody who already has it. The isolation unit at Emory Hospital is on the ground floor, physically separated from other areas, so they're keeping it very contained there. The hospital says the ward has a highly trained staff and specialized equipment to keep dangerous pathogens from getting out. Well, our other top headline of the day is weather. Rain again in the forecast. We had lots of lightning overnight continuing right now. So let's head over to meteorologist Aisha Scott for a breakdown of your forecast. That's a state of emergency. That's how the situation in California is being described, as a rash of wildfires rips through counties there. The governor making that announcement as thousands of acres of land have been burned. You're looking at video of the day fire in Northern California there. The state of emergency allows California to bring in the National Guard for disaster relief. The governor's office says as of Friday, there were 17 fires burning throughout the state, including one that crossed state lines from Oregon. New this morning, investigators at the Malaysia Airlines Wreckage site have recovered more human remains and personal belongings. A team of 70 Dutch and Australian investigators were able to reach the site this weekend despite clashes there between pro-Russia separatist rebels and Ukrainian forces nearby. Officials say they're still searching for about 80 victims in a process expected to take weeks. Flight 17 was shot down on July 17th. And the crisis continues in the Mideast this morning. You're looking at brand new video of explosions happening in Gaza City. You see those plumes of smoke there. This comes as the Israeli military redeploys troops along the border. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu suggested it would reassess its military operations after destroying Hamas military tunnels under the Gaza-Israel border. He also warned that Hamas would pay an intolerable price if it continued to fire rockets at Israel, but Hamas has said it will not stop until their demands are met. Officials say more than 1,700 Palestinians and more than 60 Israelis have been killed since that fighting began nearly a month ago. And those countries are seeing support from people here in the United States protesting for an end to the violence. But are more Americans sympathetic to Israel or the Palestinians? A new study says a person's age might predict that answer. Deborah Fyrick reports. And another top story we continue to follow this morning is the weather here in southeastern North Carolina. Lots of rain, lots of lightning, some even maybe flooding issues. Meteorologist Aisha Scott joins us now with the latest.
WECT's Carolina in the Morning, streaming live on WECT.com and on the WECT News app.
Good morning, I'm Caitlin Stansel filling in for Bailey Hicks. You may have noticed it's been raining all night, still continuing right now this morning. And if you're heading out the door or going to church, we're going to get straight to weather so you can know what you can expect for the day ahead.
That's right, Kate.
We're working to learn more information this morning about an armed robbery and assault that happened in Wilmington. According to police, the incident happened yesterday afternoon at the Kangaroo gas station on Eastwood Road. Police said a store employee was taking a deposit box full of money to the bank when a male subject approached him with a gun. The suspect then hit the employee in the face with the butt of the gun, grabbed an undisclosed amount of cash, and took off running in an unknown direction. And not something you see every day. Authorities say they arrested a naked man on a busy highway here in Wilmington. Deputies were responding to a call and found Chase Bowie near Monkey Junction. Officials tell us he had been drinking. He now faces charges for indecent exposure and other charges for allegedly spitting blood at a deputy. And the Wilmington community is mourning the loss of a local leader, Dr. Al Roseman. Fellow Airport Authority board members confirmed that Roseman passed away yesterday morning in hospice care. Crane said Roseman had recently suffered a massive stroke which led to his death. Roseman, who was a longtime community member here in New Hanover County, also served on the UNC Board of Governors. And the UNC community is remembering a professor brutally beaten and murdered just 3 blocks from campus. People gathered to pay respects in Chapel Hill for Dr. Feng Liu. He worked for the School of Pharmacy for about a decade before he was killed during a robbery near campus last month. 2 men have been charged with first-degree murder and are being held on bond, without bond in this case. The Better Business Bureau has a new scam alert. Listen to this. Clicking on a link inside a text message saying you've won a free gift card could lead to unwanted charges. Officials say if you receive a suspicious text message, delete it right away. This scam is so prevalent, the Federal Trade Commission has even gotten involved and shut down 6 providers so far. Texas Governor Rick Perry visited our area this weekend. David Rouser, the Republican running for office here in North Carolina's 7th Congressional District, he posted this Twitter photo of himself standing next to Perry on Figure 8 Island. A Rouser supporter hosted the coffee meet and greet at a home there on the island. Details of Perry's visit, they're not clear right now, but according to the Associated Press, Perry has not ruled out a 2016 presidential campaign after his short-lived 2012 run for the GOP nomination. And as Congress starts their 5-week summer recess, President Obama called on Americans this weekend to challenge Congress to do more to pass bills that would help the middle class. Many have referred to this as the do-nothing Congress. Even though the House passed an immigration bill Friday night, the Senate plans to oppose it. NBC's Kristen Welker has more. Well, we're doing something here at WECT. We are watching that weather radar. There is lightning and rain all morning. It may have woken you up last night and you may be awake a little earlier than expected this weekend because of that storm. Meteorologist Aisha Scott tracking this right now. She joins us now with your forecast. Concern continues this morning over a deadly outbreak of Ebola, so much so that Emirates Airlines has suspended flights to Guinea. The highly contagious virus has no cure, and it's claimed more than 700 lives in Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone so far this year. The current Ebola outbreak is the largest since the disease first emerged in Africa nearly 40 years ago. Health workers say the virus can be stopped when managed properly. Well, listen to this. 100 years later, and World War I could still claim casualties. Experts say that discarded shells are littering the French countryside, and they could explode and may take another 100 years to clear. A team of demining experts is collecting and destroying shells, grenades, and mortars that remain. Officials say the construction of new houses regularly reveals these large caches of shells, but the majority are actually discovered by people just walking through the forest there. Really interesting. I don't know what I would do if I stumbled upon a bomb there from World War I. Okay. Continuing with the military theme here, the Purple Heart is the country's oldest military award, dating back to General George Washington in 1782, given to those wounded in combat. And there are dozens of local veterans who proudly wear the medal, and they will be honored next weekend at an event here in Wilmington. Two of those heroes shared their stories with WECT's John Evans. If you know of a veteran who has been awarded the Purple Heart and has not been invited to next week's Cape Fear Purple Heart dinner, please get in touch with those organizers. The contact information inside this story on our website, WECT.com. Well, we are tracking some storms along our coast right here in our area. Meteorologist Aisha Scott joins us now. Check out those dark clouds over the beach there. Oh man, Wrightsville
I know.
Beach.
If you're heading to the beaches, one thing I'll definitely say, maybe if you can stay indoors and maybe plan that beach day for Tuesday, I think that's looking like the better of the days.
I think we're all tired of the rain at this point.
Yeah, I do think everyone's just tired of it. And a few people have been asking me on Facebook, when is this going to end? I do want to mention first that we still have a flood watch